Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
Well, you sounded serious. What
do you mean?
What's wrong? You seem very serious.
I'm serious.
Well, you just said, I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning. What's that all about?
I don't know. Now you got me all self-conscious.
Well,
you didn't like the way I said good morning? Was it a little harsh?
Well, it was just a little
A little rough?
yeah, like.
I'm sorry.
Are you mad at the world, or?
Can we start over?
All right, let's try it again.
Thank you.
Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burney.
And I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
We both did better that time.
Yeah.
I think. 7:31, and temperatures this morning comfortable out there, but cooler, much cooler. Yeah, they said it was going to be cooler. Now, the question is,
Yes.
from the weather side of things, will the wind blow? Because that makes all the difference in the world.
It does.
Yesterday,
Got to blowing pretty good yesterday at times.
Oh, yeah, when it was fairly warm, but not as comfortable as it could have been. Today, the winds are not supposed to be as big a factor. And we'll find out more from Happy Jack at 8.
Yeah.
When he goes out and gives you the real temperature and
That's right.
conditions.
There aren't many places that go out and give you the live current conditions. I mean, I'm talking live, like out in the conditions.
Yeah. Well,
this is like Weather Channel stuff that we do
Yes.
here at KCNI, KBBN.
And, if you watch some of your, local television stations, they all have these cams now, the live cam.
Oh, yes.
Shows you,
Yeah.
like Lincoln with the sunset. But there's really nobody out there feeling it for themselves.
No?
Not that I'm knocking the Lincoln TV station. It's a good station.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it. They all have their live cams.
Well, listen, they're TV.
Yeah.
Live cam works great on radio, a different medium.
Yeah.
Radio
guys.
Yeah, radio. People are listening. They're not seeing what's going on, so you got to describe it to them.
Yeah.
That's why we send Jack outside.
Happy Jack goes out there. He'll be going out there in extreme conditions, 25 below, wind chills of 30 below
man.
zero. Poor Jack. Well, he'll only be out there for a little while.
Yeah.
And if we see him, getting a pneumonia or something, we'll still send him out there. Because that's our job here at your locally owned homegrown radio station. Hey, we want to thank some people this morning that we don't do often enough. We don't do this often enough. And there are sponsors who provide the live stream either on Facebook or on YouTube on Sandhills Express.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't realize how many people are watching and listening until, like the other day when we had some technical problems and you could hear everything we said, or when Dave forgot to push the button and you couldn't hear or see anything that we said. We realized, there's a lot of people that watch this. And I think a lot of people, because everybody's busy, and the beautiful thing about radio is that you can listen to it on your phone nowadays. You can listen to it on your radio in the shop or in the kitchen, in your car especially, and still do everything you need to get done. That's what I always liked about radio. You can crank up the radio out in the garage and do some projects and listen to music and information, local information and so forth. And I like to visualize still a few radios out in the barns out there in the morning. I know there's not as much of that as there used to be, but that's kind of the whole idea. Now with video, if you want to watch it, you kind of have to slow down and watch it, and not necessarily sit down because you can watch it on your phone. But a lot of people watch the show later when they can sit down because we archive it, right? So we want to thank all you folks out there that watch, listen, or however you get connected with KCNI, KBBN. We appreciate it. Now, the video side, we have sponsors every day that make this possible. They include Central Nebraska Warehouse and Storage, Culligan, Fairter Auto Parts, the Garden Center, and Prairie Patio Furniture, Hunter's Towing, Ideal Realty, Quality Senior Villages, Ross Electric and Hertique, Runza, here in Broken Bow, B-Bar Trailer Sales, and the Custer County Foundation all make our video stream possible. And I had a dream the other night about Hunter's towing.
Oh,
Yeah. I don't know if it'll come true or not, but I was in a real fix. You know how in dreams you kind of get in jams
yes.
and so forth.
Yeah.
Here comes Hunter, kind of like a superhero.
Ooh.
Comes and gets me pulled out, gets me going, and didn't charge me for it
Nice.
in my dream.
Oh,
It's only a dream, Hunter.
it's only a dream.
I don't expect you not. I expect you to charge for it, but it was a wonderful dream, Hunter.
Yeah.
Hunter the superhero comes with this beautiful truck and pulls people out. It's been a long time sponsor on our radio stations, and we appreciate that very much. All the businesses out there, at the end of the year, you start looking back and going,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, we've just had such local support for your locally owned homegrown radio stations. And this has been a great year. I'll tell you that right now. It's been one of the best years we've ever had. And because of you out there, the listeners, the advertisers, and this great crew we have here. So it's been great. I like it.
Yeah.
Some hitches along the way in our neighborhood, but as far as here at the radio station, it's all
Here we
good.
go. Hey, I need to get this out there before I forget.
Do it, man.
I need to make a happy birthday wish. Happy birthday to Aubrey Brown,
Oh.
who is celebrating birthday number 29 today.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. So, Aubrey, happy birthday to you. Hope you have a wonderful day.
Aubrey is definitely a member of the KCNI, KBBN radio family
Definitely the extended family for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
because she spent time here when she was, well, just a little girl.
Yep.
My goodness, she's 29 today.
29.
Well, Aubrey, you look great. You look like you're 19. I hope that she enjoys the day.
Yes.
Makes me sentimental, Aubrey. I'm getting a little choked up. Honestly. Lots of things to talk about today. We don't have a real heavy guest list. Yesterday was crazy. We had all kinds of great people in. And today we've got a couple of great guests will be in to see us. But we have a lot of different things we can tell you about community activities and so on and so forth. Got some Americana music lined up for you today.
Good.
And going to have a little fun with that and some other music. We'll kind of stay a little bit. Americana leans towards country, so we'll be in the Americana outlaw country side of things.
Oh, all right.
Okie dokie.
That works for me.
Pinocchio. That's just a saying. I'm not calling you Pinocchio
Oh,
or
okay.
Pinocchio.
All right.
Because your nose looks like it's about the right size.
For now. We'll see as the show goes along.
You know, you think about that. I know you don't like to talk politics, so we won't talk
Okay.
any details about politics. But if it was true, if when you lied, your nose grew, they'd have to remodel the White House.
Oh, man.
Have to put wider doors in because they couldn't. If they turned their head sideways, they wouldn't get through the door. Today, at the Prairie Pioneer Center, they're having country fried steak, mashed potatoes and gravy, tomato, zucchini, dinner roll, and dessert. Call them at 872-6121 and let them know you're coming if you're not a regular customer. And if you're bringing somebody extra along, give them a call. You can also call that same number to set up delivery to your home.
Broken Bow Middle and High School today made fresh loaded hash browns with biscuit today. Mojo loose meat sandwich. Fresh baked ham and cheese sub, and the grill station combo at Broken Bow today, crispy chicken sandwich basket.
Let me try that again. I was going to do something I thought would be funny, but I'm going to back up on that.
Okay.
Anselmo Myrna Public Schools. Today, they're having fresh, loaded hash browns with biscuit. That was where the joke was going to be. But Mojo loose meat sandwich and Uncrustable cheese and cracker platter at Anselmo Myrna today.
Callaway today serving taverns for lunch today at Callaway.
I can't get this in apart. Sorry. Don't get a shit. Sometimes these pages stick together, folks.
I know. Again, folks, it's just not as easy reading the school lunch menus as you may think.
Yeah, thank you for saying that. Ansley today, ham and scalloped potatoes and peas.
All right. Cozad today, some of their choices, Cuban sandwich, a buffalo wrap, and the pizza bar at Cozad today.
Speaking of Cozad.
Yes.
Boy, do they know how to throw Christmas parties down there. And tomorrow we're going to have live remotes from Cozad. And
Good. Yeah, we've been doing that for a few years in a row now.
And some Facebook Live of some of the businesses as well. So we'll be promoting Cozad's Christmas activities and sales tomorrow on The Breakfast Show. Arcadia Hamburger Helper. And I got to tell you, that sounds pretty darn good.
Yeah. Gothenburg today, made fresh loaded hash browns with biscuit, a traditional sloppy Joe, made fresh buffalo ranch pizza, fresh baked combo subs, some of the choices at Gothenburg today.
Chicken tenders and mac and cheese at Arnold today.
Litchfield going with a ham sandwich for lunch today at Litchfield.
Sargent, chicken and rice or potato soup with crackers and cheese, dinner roll, cookie, and milk.
Sandhills School in Dunning, spaghetti with meat sauce at Sandhills today.
And that's all I have, Brent.
Okay, got a couple of more here. Hot ham and cheese sandwich is what they'll serve at SEM today. And let's see, the last one we've got is Thetford School, where on the lunch menu today is barbecue meatballs at Thetford.
All right, it's 7:42. There's something I want to bring up that I read this morning that I think you'll want to at least talk about a little bit. I don't understand this. Deontay Johnson suspended one game by the Ravens for refusing to play last Sunday. Doesn't really say why. Was suited up, standing along the sidelines, wouldn't go out and play. Just refused. What would that? Well, first of all, I don't know what it breaks down per game that you get paid to play, but as a professional, it's a pretty healthy amount.
I honestly don't know. This is the first I've heard of it. I guess I know they played the Eagles. I watched some of it on television, but I'm not aware of the situation. I guess I don't know.
And they didn't mention it during the broadcast, probably.
At least not the portion that I watched. I didn't watch the whole game.
Okay.
So,
well, they'll be playing December 15th against the Giants, but they say, of course, he won't be playing that game because he's been suspended one. And one NFL analyst says this will affect Deontay's career going forward as a stain on his reputation.
Hey, since we're into sports,
yeah,
and you and I are baseball fans.
Yes, we are.
Have you heard this thing that they're kind of talking about in Major League Baseball called the Golden at Bat? Have you heard this?
No, I haven't.
It's kind of surfaced the last couple of days or so that it's just talk, you know.
Yeah.
But there have been some rule changes, as we know, in the sport of baseball over the years. The pitch clock is the one that immediately comes to your mind. And a lot of these, I think, have improved. They've been good for the game.
The bigger base.
I think the pitch clock has been a good thing for baseball. Well, they're apparently kind of throwing out this idea of the golden at bat. And my understanding is it would work like this. I think it's just one time during a game you can call on your golden at bat, which means you could take anybody on your team, even someone in the lineup, and put them at the plate for that at bat at any time. So, for example, you're the LA Dodgers. It's the bottom of the 8th inning. You're down by 2. Bases are loaded. Your number 8 guy in the order is coming up to hit. You could pull him and insert Shohei Ohtani or whoever you want to take the at-bat.
Oh, man. I hope they don't do that.
Me too. That just goes against every fiber of baseball, doesn't it?
Yes. I don't think that would be good for baseball. I know there'd be some people who say, yeah, well, I'd like to see him bat more often because he's fun to watch. He hits lots of home runs, that side of it. But the actual pureness of the game, you have a team there. And you have you have lineups, and the managers work these lineups as very best they can with the talent they have. That's part of the game.
Yeah.
I'd hate to see that, Brent.
Me too. I just, it's kind of been surfacing here the last couple of days, and I'm like, number one, interesting, but yeah. Kind of, I'm with you. That kind of breaks the fiber of baseball a little bit when you start tinkering like that. I think it would just be one. You could only do it one time in a game, is my understanding.
Yeah, but if it's 1-1 in the bottom of the ninth,
yes,
and you can bring in your best batter.
Yeah, right.
Come on.
Even with the bases empty, if it's 1-1 in the bottom of the ninth, 2 out, well, you bring up Judge if you're the Yankees and hope he cranks one.
Yeah, and that takes away that really cool thing when a number 9 batter produces and wins the game. And what about, how important it is to have a strong bottom of the order regiment.
And a strong bench to pinch hit.
Yeah, come on, you guys. Let's not do that.
My thought process was, who even thought of this?
Yeah, they come on. I don't know. That's going a little too far. I still don't like the rule that in a end of a game, then if it's a tie, they go into extra innings, they bring out the runner to second. I know you don't mind that. I
haven't minded that at all.
I want to see them bunt or hit or walk to get to second base, get into scoring position, or steal the base, just to put them out there. Okay, let's say it's a tie game, and you're in extra innings, and you can just put a guy out there on second. Well, wouldn't it be exciting to see one of the fast players steal second if he got on first? Well, you don't have to do that. That part I don't like, but I know you're okay with it, and that's fine. You're entitled to your baseball opinion.
Yeah. But I thought that was a wild idea.
That's a wild idea.
The golden at bat is what they were calling it.
Oh, the whole world's gone crazy, I think.
Yes.
It's just a little bit too nutty out there. Let's play the game. We're going to be giving away a Rotary chance for a quarter of beef or a basket full of wine, right?
Yes. We're going to give you a chance to win a raffle ticket that'll put you in the raffle being sponsored by the Broken Bow Area Rotary, where you could win a locally grown beef quarter or wine basket, like Dave said. And we'll also give you a chance to win a certificate that'll get you a free personal pan pizza at Pizza Hut. All right, we are asking questions about the animated television classic during the holidays, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Okay.
It debuted 60 years ago on December 6th, 1964. So here's your question for today. Which character shared a name with a territory in Canada? Was it Yukon Cornelius, Alberta Bert, Newfoundland Pete, or Saskatchewan Sam? In the animated Christmas classic Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, which character shared a name with a territory in Canada? Yukon Cornelius, Alberta Bert, Newfoundland Pete, or Saskatchewan Sam? If you know, call us at 872-2801.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
It's the best start to my day. Central Nebraska Medical Clinic would like to express their heartfelt gratitude to their patients and staff for trusting them with your healthcare needs throughout the year. Your support and confidence inspires them to continue providing compassionate, high-quality care. From their family to yours, they wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. May this holiday season bring joy, health, and prosperity to you and your loved ones. Thank you for allowing them to serve you since 1971. Central Nebraska Medical Clinic in Broken Bow.
This is April Good, proud to be with Lashley Land and Recreational Brokers. We guarantee you the very best exposure in marketing your property, averaging over 40,000 visitors per month to our website. This market is hot, but if you want a premium for your farm, ranch, or recreational land, you need your property to be able to be found by investors and buyers. If you are thinking about selling, call me, April Good, for a free market analysis and check us out at lashleyland.com.
And we have Vicki on the line. Good morning, Vicki. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing pretty good this morning, Dave.
Good. Staying warm?
Yeah, I'm inside.
Oh, good deal. Good deal. Here's Brent with your question.
Okay, Vicki, the animated classic Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, which character shared a name with a territory in Canada? Was it Yukon Cornelius, Alberta Bert, Newfoundland Pete, or Saskatchewan Sam?
Oh, my. Rudolph the Red-Nosed. Do that again, one more time.
Yes, okay. In Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the animated classic during Christmas, which character shared a name with a territory in Canada? Was it Yukon Cornelius? And then the other choices are Alberta Bert, Newfoundland Pete, or Saskatchewan Sam.
I'm going to guess Yukon Cornelius.
Yay, you got it. Oh, Vicki, way to go. And because you've answered correctly, we've got a certificate that's going to get you a free personal pan pizza, one topping at Pizza Hut. And we're also going to put your name on a raffle ticket that'll get you into the Broken Bow Area Rotary Raffle, where you could win a locally grown beef quarter or wine basket.
Oh, boy. Okay.
All right.
Thanks, Vicki. It's all right. I had a little something in my throat there. I apologize.
Well, good. I'm glad for that, Dave, because my lifeline was clueless.
Well, you know, good-looking guys don't know everything, Vicki.
Thanks. Have a good one, guys.
Take care.
For calling.
All right. Coming up yet this hour, we'll have the Farmers National Dave Davis Report, listing some good values out there for real estate. So stay tuned for that. Right now, let's have a little Kentucky moonshine.
50s Saturday, mid-50s Sunday. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
It's 8:05. Let's go outside for the real temperature and conditions with Happy Jack.
All right, welcome to terrific, thriving Thursday. It's 17 degrees outside, cloudy skies, barely any wind. I'd say up to 5 miles per hour out of the north. Barometric pressure is at 30.45, humidity at 49%. No rain or snow in the last 24 hours, and there's no measurable precipitation for this month. High yesterday 55, overnight low 16. Sunrise today was at 7:49 and sunset today at 5:09. With that being said, have a good day. Back to you, Dave.
Thank you very much, Happy Jack, Black White. We appreciate that very much. Brent.
Dave.
You look especially healthy this morning.
Thanks, Dave.
You been working out?
Somewhat, I guess you could say. Yeah, a little bit. Not as consistently as I should be. But yes, occasionally I have been.
Well, we had a guest yesterday, and Andrew's here from Pearson Physical Therapy. And Andrew, we confessed yesterday to a very nice lady, Katie Rush, who is organizing a walk-run this weekend. Mm-hmm. That the only time we run is when it's cold and we're running to our car.
That happens a little bit more in the winter, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yes. Go out and start the car, so you don't put the coat on, you run out, start it, and run back. That's
right, yeah.
About all the running I get done. But maybe we could start there, and I'm sure you brought something that you want to talk about today, but it is tough to be consistent with taking care of yourself. Walking, exercising, you can do that in your home. I know my wife does a couple of different things every morning via Zoom. There's a lot of ways we can do it now, but working it into our lives and staying determined to do it every day is a challenge, isn't it?
Yeah, I think sometimes it's like you said, the consistency is the hard part. You might get kind of excited about it. You'll see that coming up here in a month where the New Year's resolutions are pretty heavy. But, the consistency is the hard part. And I think after working with people for years and years about this, and myself, and, everybody has the same things. And here in Nebraska, when it gets quite dark during a good part of the day, it's hard to stay motivated. I think the biggest thing is you have to schedule it into your day. You have to have that, almost like anything else that I got to do this, and you got to get your groceries, you got to whatever. So I think you got to have a set aside time where you're going to do that, and that way it's not just waiting to see what's going to happen waiting to see how the day unfolds, because ultimately something's going to take up your time. There are a lot of people who get up early in the morning before they go to work, or before the kids get up, whatever it might be, and do it. I've never been able to do that myself. I've tried it a number of times over the years, and I just cannot do it. I used to work, and then some people will go over lunch hours and do it. They'll go for a walk, or they'll go to the gym real quick. We've had some employees at Pearson PT that have done that, where they don't go to lunch, they go work out over lunch, and they come back, and I would be just a sweaty mess, and yeah. I would be, even if I took a shower and came back, my temperature would be amped up, and I couldn't be able to go work with people because I'd be sweating. But I tried that when I worked in Lincoln, because the rec center was right down the road, and so I tried it a few times. But regardless, you have to find what works for you. If you are somebody who has a full day, and by the end of the day you're going to be zonked out and not want to do anything, then sometimes first thing in the morning is good. But even like with what because we always get to a point when we work with patients where we're trying to transition from like formal therapy to a home program, or we're integrating it into, they come for a few days a week and then they do something at home, is, it doesn't have to be, an hour. It doesn't have to be sometimes even, 30, 40 minutes, sometimes just 10, 15 minutes, and you can get, as long as you kind of have a plan of what you're going to do. It depends a little bit on what your goals are and what kind of mode of exercise and that kind of thing you're going to do. But it really just comes down to planning it out and scheduling it into your day. Mm-hmm. So
the therapy side of it. Somebody out there with these resolutions on the way, coming up the end of the year, first of next year. Next year I'm going to do better, and I haven't been doing anything at all.
Yeah.
I wonder if it would be a good idea to come and talk to you guys and kind of make sure that they're, maybe they have a little knee problem, maybe something's bothering them, get checked out a little bit. I know that you are real good about analyzing walks and everything.
Yeah, sometimes that's another reason why people have not, they want to do more, but I've got this old knee, or I've got this, every time I start doing something that this bothers me or flares up, or they just don't know, I just don't have the understanding of what I need to do, kind of a thing, and, there's so much information out there. You can just get flooded with everything if you're searching the internet for stuff. And so, that's where we can start to break down, if there are conditions that are limiting, we can figure out what needs to be done there. Is it something that we could help with? Is it something, you need to see an orthopedic specialist about? There's a whole slew of different things that, you can break it down. And if you can make it into sort of like bite-size, okay, we're going to do this for this, and we're going to do this for this. And all of a sudden, and I think everybody can kind of relate to that, is once you start working the problem, and once you start breaking into something that you can actually handle and manage, then you're like, oh, okay, I feel better about this because I can do this for this, and I can do this for this, and then you don't feel like it's just this big mountain to climb. Yeah. But that's kind of what we do. I mean, is other than some of these technique things where you're trying to get specific results about some certain condition, is a lot of what we do is helping manage people, whether that's a rehab, whether they just had a fresh injury, whether they're in this, like, hey, I had a car accident a few years ago and I've just been struggling to get back to where I was at before, and I have headaches and whiplash type stuff, whatever it might be, or my feet have hurt for years, kind of thing. Is really you're playing a role of like management. You're like, okay, let's lay this out on the table, let's look at all the factors, and then figure out a game plan with it. And then you just kind of help over time to like, okay, we're going to move this piece here and this piece here, and this is going well, so let's change this around a little bit. So a lot of what we do as therapists is help people manage things over time. And then of course you throw in, hey, this specific exercise, let's make sure you do this instead of that because of this, we see you're having trouble with this technique or whatever. So it's a lot of it can be very, every single rep you're doing, I want to see how you're doing it. And some of it is the big picture of where are we going with this, yeah.
And you talk about the importance of good shoes, walking as proper as you can, and if you're going to run, you want to make sure you're not damaging something when you're running. These are all things that you'll be talking about this time of year. There's a lot of surgeries squeezed in before the end of the year, so rehab,
that's right, yeah.
Rehab part of it. Now, what did you want to talk about?
Well, I was thinking surgeries, since you brought that up, is that we do see tends to be. I mean, we see surgeries all year round. I mean, there's always something going on with people that they just need it and they can't put it off. But we do see probably, as far as elective surgeries, where I've been needing to get that knee replaced or that hip replaced or shoulder, whatever. A lot of times people will do it later in the year, so we see a little bit more of that. And so yeah, we can help with the whole gamut of that. Some people want to come in beforehand and get like a good sort of prep or build up before the surgery, because it kind of helps to get the muscles working, try to get your pain levels down a little bit, try to get your range of motion better, so that when you go through that process, you're coming out the other end better. Some people just come in and they say, hey, I'm going to have the surgery coming up in a month. Can you just tell me, like, what should I expect from the rehab, Because a lot of these, especially like a total knee replacement or a rotator cuff repair, those are pretty common ones where it's pretty much a given you're going to have a number of weeks or maybe even months of therapy afterwards. So people want to have an understanding, because they might need to move around how their life's going to be, because it's going to affect work, and it's going to affect, their ability to drive, those kind of things. So they want to put all their pieces in order. And so we'll help with that. And then just the rehab itself is, again, kind of like what I said, it's kind of, you're looking at the specific things of, how do I stretch that knee to get it the best, but also just looking at what's the right, what's the right progression with this. And people struggle with what's too fast, and should I go home and do everything that I did here and just push, and the faster I push, the harder or the better it's going to get faster, and that's where we come in and say, okay, well, this is where you can go, but this side we still need to wait on that because you had whatever procedure, and we just got to wait X amount of weeks before we can do anything in that regard, So that whole guidance thing is a huge thing where, some people, I get it, some people are just pretty intuitive and they can kind of just, work their way through it and figure it out. And then a lot of people need a lot of help as far as like, okay, this hurts. I mean, is that a bad thing or is that just normal? Or, and I have just tons of swelling. And is that something we're worried about? Or, so that whole sounding board and somebody who's sort of the captain of the ship driving it, and we're helping you to get where you need to go, kind of a thing. I will say that one thing that we see is that like total hip replacements and some we'd consider lower level or lower severity scopes, like an arthroscopy of a knee or a shoulder, sometimes don't get referred for therapy because those surgeries typically people get through them easier or better. I will say that we do end up seeing them because people maybe have weakness or they have, it didn't get through it quite as easy as I thought they were going to, and they need some help. So even though maybe the doctor didn't order it initially, you can still go to your doctor, or you can come ask us our opinion. You can still say to them, hey, I'm not getting along as good as I thought I was going to, right. or they might be given like, hey, you had this knee scope, probably weren't going to have too much trouble. Here, just do a few exercises and just walk and you'll be fine. And maybe it's not quite as simple for some people, or they just don't do it. Yeah. Some people are like, well, they gave me this and they told me to do that, but I'll admit it, I don't do it. Yeah. And so they just need somebody to help keep them on track. And 99% of the time, the doctors are going to be like, oh yeah, that's fine. Let's order some therapy, make sure it gets done right. You spent this time dealing with this thing that's big enough that you need surgery. So make sure you get it done right and you get the function that you want back. And for the most part, as long as you're having that open conversation with the surgeon, they're going to be like, yeah, okay, I see your situation. Yeah, I think we need to have therapy help you with this. So
maybe you don't get asked this very often, but excuse me, do you ever have to slow people down?
Oh, all the time. Yeah, you have a big spectrum there where, some people, need a big kick in the rear to get going, and you're like, okay, we're getting behind here a little bit. Are you doing your stuff at home? And they're like, I got busy with this. But there's plenty of people on the other end of it who they're there, or my favorite are the husband-wife duos, who they are a team and they attack this as a team, and the husband or wife, whichever it is, that's sort of the one who's that you can tell who's the
point person.
Yeah. So, they're there, and some of them even have like notebooks and they're writing down what's happening, and they're like, okay, and so how many times a day and how many reps should we be doing this? And they're the ones keeping them on point. And sometimes you're like, okay, I just want this and this, but because we still need some rest time in there, and we don't want to just be going push, Yeah. So yeah, there's definitely that, and they're fun to work with because, it's easier to dial back somebody than it is to sort of rev the engine on somebody who just doesn't have a lot of motivation.
Well, and I think some people are just naturally able to endure a little more pain than others.
Yeah, sure.
And so you get that, well, this hurts and I really don't want to do it. And you have these ones that go, darn it, it hurts, but I'm going to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
And a lot of in between, I imagine.
That's right. And just helping with that management of like, okay, what's reasonable and where could you really be doing, especially around here where you have people's livelihoods. We have a lot of farmers and ranchers who end up having, an injury or a surgery. And they're like, well, if it's not me, it's not going to get done, so I got to do it, And so, especially if it's something where they're going to have surgery, and that, hey, this is a big deal to whether or not you're going to be able to. You got to put your things in order. Like, you got to make sure you have help before you make that decision to whatever it might be. But I get it. And we say this a lot. I always say, I get it. Life is life, and you got to do what you got to do. So you got to figure it out. So we just try to come up with ways to modify, but understanding too some of the pitfalls of like, okay, well, you can do this, but if you do that, you're risking ruining that surgery, So if they see that, hey, I might just be back to square one again, they'll usually kind of like their ears will perk up and say, okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. So yeah, a lot of it is management and just a lot of education and conversation, having a good sense of where everything's at. Yeah.
All right. Next time you come back, can we talk about backs?
Sure.
Because I'm sure you have people come in that have back problems and or surgery and recovery, and I think that's maybe one that's kind of not off by itself, but there's a lot of it. But the treatment for backs got to vary quite a bit depending on what. Did they put some metal rods in? Did they just take care of a bulged disc? Can we talk about that next time?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
That's probably, other than surgeries, backs is probably one of the number one things that we see.
Is it?
Yeah. And like you said, there's not everybody's is the same, and so you have to sort of work your way through that maze. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And I think we could do a whole show on that because there's so many different ways a back hurts, right?
Yeah. Like when we go to continuing education store. I mean, you can find a whole weekend seminar where you have multiple speakers, whether it's pain specialists or surgeons or therapists, all giving their information on backs, and a lot of conditions are that way. But backs is probably one of the biggest. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well,
sure.
We'll talk about that next time.
All right. That sounds good. Yeah.
All right. Thanks for coming in.
Sure.
It's always good to see you.
Yeah, you too.
All right. We'll take a time out or two with these words on The Breakfast Show.
In the morning, you are awakened by the twitter of a little bird.
No, it's Dave and Brent.
I knew there was a reason I got out of bed this morning.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show on KCNI, KBBN.
At Power Solutions, they know that finding the right solutions can sometimes be hard. Maybe you're just in need of Vermeer parts or maintenance. Give them a call at 308-872-5522 or stop in 2 miles east of Broken Bow on Highway 2 and let their Vermeer sales rep and parts person get you fixed up. That's 308-872-5522.
8:30 to 4:30, and Sundays from 1 until 4. Make sure to warm up with a hot latte while you shop. And right now, save 20% off greenery. May your heart be lifted in praise this Christmas season for the wonderful gift of Jesus and the joy he brings to our lives. The Secret Garden, located 2 1/4 miles west of Myrna on Highway 92 and a half a mile north.
Happy December from your friends at Barney Pharmacy in Broken Bow. Right now is the time to shop for the best selection. And no matter what you're buying, don't forget that they offer gift wrapping and have a great selection of Christmas cards too. While you're in this week, don't forget flu shots are available during all-day clinics on Tuesday and Friday. Barney Pharmacy, downtown Broken Bow. Wishing you a very Merry Christmas season.
Happening this Saturday, December 7th, the Dunning Christmas Extravaganza will be held in the historic Dunning Community Hall. 24 vendors are coming with those last-minute Christmas gifts. Food, fun, and laughter are all part of this extravaganza, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Santa loves the Sandhills, so we look forward to having him show up, making a practice run. Plan now for the Dunning Christmas Extravaganza this Saturday, December 7th. See you there.
All right. Thank you, Linda. Sounds like a great time at Dunning. Appreciate you being on the air to remind folks of that good gathering. You didn't mention my haircut. I got a new.
I noticed it. Yeah, it looks very nice.
I got it.
Yeah.
Got it. I didn't really want to get one yet, but I thought I might be possibly moving towards some time in the courtroom for the defamation of character civil suit that I'll be talking with my lawyer about. And so I did get the haircut because I think it's important to, look sharp when you're in the courtroom. And I'm practicing some lawyer words as well. If you folks are wondering what I'm talking about, the lighted parade on Monday night, there was a protest of sorts against yours truly. By the staff, at least a portion of the staff here at KCNI, KBBN.
What do you mean a protest? What are you talking about?
We had signs and everything.
It was a parade entry. That's all it was. It was an entry in a parade.
Let me ask you this. Did the sign say Merry Christmas? Anything like that?
It was theme-based. That's usually what the parade entry is. There's usually a theme for a parade. The theme for the parade was, all I want for Christmas is
a new neighbor. That's what it said.
Well,
and that
we were just staying with the theme.
That was a defamation of my character. It was an assault.
Defamation or definition of your character?
Defamation. Don't even try that. So I'm working on some. I want to know the lingo, we're in a court, so I can
you're learning some new words.
I want to talk to my lawyer, whoever that is I hire, that will accept me as their client. It's always with a lawyer, it's the client. And when they're in court, they don't say Brent or Dave. It's going to be, Judge, my client needs his rights respected, for instance, something like that. So we have cause of action. That is the first one today. The cause of action would be, of course, the protest using a Christmas theme to attack my person.
Wow. So learning all of these words and phrases and legal terms, it almost sounds like you're thinking about representing yourself.
Well, I know both the judges here. I don't know whether they'll let me do that. But I might try that. And, there might be a lawyer who will represent me. I'm going to have to go through that. I don't think I will qualify for a court-appointed attorney. I think I would have to, since this is my action against another party.
They're holding up a sign.
Oh, it says find a new topic. Oh, you don't understand the breakfast show, Tina.
But, yeah. Are you kidding? This topic started just on Monday. We got at least 4 more weeks to go.
This is very new, Tina. What are you talking about? Let's see. Well, I hope when we get to the quote, closing argument,
Yeah.
it will be revealed the suffering that I have endured during this period of time in front of hundreds and hundreds of parade watchers being defamated like that. And that's why I'm going to file my complaint, and I'm sure you'll have a counterclaim.
Oh, yes. I think I've got plenty of ammunition for a countersuit.
Tina just doesn't get it, does she?
I don't know if maybe she gets it quite well, actually. She's probably right.
Well, that doesn't have anything to do with it.
No, that's true.
After all, I mean, it's the breakfast show.
Yes. But even though you and I have our differences,
yeah,
we do, at the end of the day, we are still neighbors.
Yes.
I don't foresee that changing in the near future.
Unless Joan kicks me out, I'm planning on staying.
Yeah?
I don't know
good.
if Shelley leaves you alone and doesn't kick you out of the house. We'll both be there.
I think that is the plan anyway. And so, there's we always find a way to kind of work through our differences.
Yeah. This time it might be in a courtroom, but we'll get it worked out.
Exactly.
Here's Hank Williams Jr. should be Thursday already, but it is. And that brings us to lots of upcoming activities this weekend we want to tell you about here this morning. By the way, today, on Thursday, the Broken Bow Area Food Pantry will be open from 1 until 3 this afternoon. If you have some things you want to donate, that's always good. Drop them by. They'll take good food to pass along to those in need. And if you're in need, stop by and see how it all works for you to pick some food up. Tomorrow, Friday, the Holiday Treat Contest and Exchange will take place at the Broken Bow Library at 5 p.m. This is how it works. Bring 4 plates with a dozen treats on each, along with recipes to exchange with others. Those wanting to be in the contest need to bring bite-size pieces. Categories include sweet and savory for both juniors and adults. All right, Brent, I want you to talk a little bit about the cantata, which is coming up. I know you're a part of that, and you went to practice last night, did you?
I did go to practice last night, yeah. The Custer County Christmas Choir will be presenting their cantata coming up this weekend. They'll be presenting it on Saturday evening at the Broken Bow United Methodist Church at 7 o'clock on Saturday evening, and then presenting it again on Sunday afternoon at the First Presbyterian Church in Broken Bow at 3 o'clock on Sunday. I and some others have been asked to kind of serve as the narrators in between some of the songs during the cantata, so looking forward to that. And I had the opportunity to be at practice last night and kind of know what I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
So, but got to hear the cantata for the first time, and wow, it's a fabulous piece of music. It will put you in the Christmas spirit, and it celebrates the real reason for the season as well, which I really appreciated. So I think you'll appreciate it as well. So please come on out and enjoy the music of the Custer County Christmas Choir as they present their cantata coming up this weekend. They've been putting a lot of work into this, and I think that you will truly enjoy it. So please make plans to attend either Saturday or Sunday this weekend.
All right, the first performance, day one, will be at the United Methodist Church at 7 p.m., and that is on Saturday, as Brent mentioned. Then on Sunday, at the First Presbyterian Church in Broken Bow, that's a 3 p.m. performance, and they'll have cookies and drinks following each of those performances as well, and there's no charge for it whatsoever. So take it in. It'll get you in the Christmas spirit.
Yeah.
All right, very good. Let's see. Oh, a couple other things. Talking about Saturday, Taylor's Holiday Extravaganza will be taking place. 2 buildings full of crafters and vendors. Great opportunity to get some gifts to give to your loved ones that will be unique. And Santa will be there. And the first 50 people get a swag bag filled with goodies when you attend Taylor Holiday Celebration Extravaganza. And then there's a soup supper fundraiser at the Den in Comstock on Saturday, so you can spend your whole day in the area. The proceeds for the Den, proceeds go to the Den Senior Center, and enjoy the Comstock Christmas lights while you're there, because they're up and going, and that's quite a show. If you haven't been over there, you'll be impressed. I got a feeling they're probably still adding to that. It's quite a show. So you're going to have a good chance to really get in the Christmas mood that way as well at Taylor and Comstock this weekend. And Comstock through the Christmas season, actually. But that's what's on our sheet here for Saturday. Also, I want to take time to talk about the FECT benefit that's coming up this weekend. And I thought rather than talk about it, I thought Jeremy's story this morning, and you'll have a chance to hear that again at noon and 5 on our main news reports, is talking about the fundraiser. And Jeremy put together a great story, so we're going to play that for you right now here on The Breakfast Show.
A free will donation meal is being held for Brooke Feck this Sunday from noon until 3 p.m. at the Custer County Fairgrounds. Since having knee surgery, the 16-year-old has been on quite the medical journey, one that has included more time in and out of hospitals than anyone wants to face. Now she has been told that she could need a full knee replacement, which would prevent the sports-loving teen from doing what she loves. Julie Tolene with the local chapter of the Lions Club spoke with KCNI KBBN about Brooke, who is the daughter of Chaz and Trent Fecht. She said the whole family is very connected in the community and that the Lions wanted to rally the community for them.
The doctors here are telling them that she needs to have a knee replacement, which would mean she couldn't play sports at all. It would be no impact at all. So we're trying to raise money for them because there's a specialist in Florida and one in California that they recommend that she go see to see if there's another alternative. So that's why we're raising these funds for their travel.
Sunday's free will donation meal will also feature a silent auction with a variety of items ranging from hundreds of dollars in gift cards to gift baskets and more. A $10 per ticket raffle is being held for a Black Rain Ordnance AR-10-308 and mags donated by Markham Construction. Tickets are available at St. Hills Custom Creations on the Square in Broken Bow or at the Broken Bow Chamber of Commerce office. Tolene encouraged those who would like to donate to the silent auction to give her a call at 402-677-9323. She added that an account has been set up at Custer Federal State Bank for those who can't attend. Again, a free will donation meal and silent auction event is being held for Brooke Fecht this Sunday, December 8th, at the Shooting Sports Building at the Custer County Fairgrounds from noon until 3 p.m. in Broken Bow. They have gifts for that grill master on your list. Blackstone 2-burner outdoor or portable griddles are just $249.99 and save 30% on select Blackstone accessories. Traeger Pro 575 wood pellet grills are $5.99. That's $200 off. Get Smoky Woods grilling pellets in 20-pound bags, 2 for $25. RT Ace Hardware, your locally owned Ace in Broken Bow.
This week at Geared for Sports, their gift is a sweet treat. Draw a candy cane to see what savings you'll get. Between 15 and 30% off. You'll find a great variety of fanwear, sportswear, and sports equipment. Only excluding GCI chairs. Geared for Sports is open Monday to Friday 10 to 6, Saturday 10 to 4, and now on Sundays noon to 4 through Christmas. Visit them to pick a candy cane and save this week. Geared for Sports, west side of the square in Broken Bow.
Injured on the field or court, whether it's a torn ligament, muscle strain, shoulder injury, knee injury, or joint pain, our orthopedic specialists are here to help you recover and return to doing what you love. Melham Medical Center provides treatment plans, surgical services, and clinical services. Don't let an injury keep you sidelined this sports season. Contact us today and get back to peak performance. Melham Medical Center would like to wish you a Merry Christmas and a joyous New Year. Melham Medical Center, large enough to serve, small enough to care.
846, a job opportunity in Arcadia that Brent is going to tell you about at this time.
It's through Arcadia Public Schools. They are hiring, currently accepting applications for the following positions: a paraeducator, head custodian, and head cook. A letter of application and resume can be submitted to Craig Trampy, who is the superintendent at Arcadia Public Schools. The address is 320 West Owens Street, P.O. Box 248, Arcadia, Nebraska 68815. You can also email craig.trampe, Trampe, at apshuskies.org. They are an equal opportunity employer. Again, Arcadia Public Schools currently accepting applications for the following positions: a paraeducator, head custodian, and head cook.
Thank you, Brent. Thank you very much.
Do you ever live in the world of what if?
Oh, way too much.
I think I'm going to go there.
All right.
I'm going to go live in the world of what if.
Right now?
Yes, right now, because I just came across this post. This is the what if college football rankings. What if every one possession and overtime game had the opposite result in college football this year?
How so?
Okay, so listen to this. If every one possession and overtime game had the opposite result in college football this year, Mississippi would be undefeated at 12-0. Georgia would be 9-3. Virginia Tech could be 11-1. Notre Dame 11-1, and then you get to Nebraska, who would be 10-2, and let's face it, probably headed to the 12-team playoff.
What if?
That's what if. I just want to go there for a moment. Oh, wow.
Enjoy it, because
Yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
What if all the players would stay on the team and the coaches would stay on the team more than 1 year? What if?
Yes. What if?
What would happen?
I don't know.
Gosh. That's something, isn't it?
Yes, it's crazy to look at these rankings. Here's an interesting one. Oregon, who is the number one ranked team in the country, everybody would agree with that, undefeated. If every one possession and overtime game had the opposite result, they'd be 9-3, and probably wouldn't be in the playoff.
Maybe they'll come up with, in college football, the golden quarterback play.
Oh, wow. Yes.
Sometime during the game when it's 4th and 1, then you'll be able to bring, I don't know how it would work, bring in some specialist just for 4th and 1.
Yeah, there you go. I don't know. Yeah, we were talking about the special golden at bat that they were talking about in Major League Baseball. So, but anyway, thank you for just giving me a moment to go to the land of what if.
What if? What if there wasn't gambling in sports today, especially on the college level? And I wonder with this baseball thing, this golden bat thing you're talking about.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that just drive the bookies crazy?
Oh, yes.
I mean, gosh, yeah. What if we could roll the clock back to a time that was much simpler? And I'm sure during that time that you're rolling back to, people were saying, boy, I wish I could roll the clock back to something simpler.
Yes.
As we go along in life, we have all the conveniences and bells and whistles, and it gets a little confusing, but that's just the way it is. We'll be right back here on The Breakfast Show. I'm still thinking about Tina's sign, and I'm going to have to take some action on that.
Oh, boy.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Just want to let you know that I love the show.
referral promotion going on too. Let them take care of the cooking and the cleaning while you take the time to do the things you enjoy. They have everything you need, and you don't have to mow the yard or scoop the snow when it starts falling. They have many activities to keep you entertained and involved. Now, coming up on Wednesday, December the 11th at 3 p.m., they're going to present a class on fall prevention by Angels Care. And that'll be presented on Wednesday, December the 11th at 3 p.m. at Off-Broadway. So come and look around and see what they have to offer. They would love to have you through their doors. Again, that special class on fall prevention will be presented on Wednesday, December the 11th at 3 p.m. at Off-Broadway.
Thank you, Brent. Thank you very much.
You're welcome very much.
Did you ever participate in a hoop shoot when you were a kid?
All the time. There was one year I made it through the first 2 rounds one time and was close to getting to Lincoln.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's exciting because you do have a chance to do that. And the Broken Bow Elks Lodge hoop shoot is taking place this Saturday at North Park Elementary, and they'll have the registration starting about 9 o'clock for boys and girls ages 8 through 13 by April 1st of 2025. They'll start shooting the hoops about 10 o'clock on Saturday morning at North Park Elementary. If you've got kids or grandkids and kind of looking for something to do on Saturday, I know the Elks folks would love to have you bring the kids up and get a good competition going, see who maybe moves forward.
Yeah.
That's very good. Very good. News is next here on The Breakfast Show.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. 2 kindergartners in Northern California are in extremely critical condition after police say they were shot by a gunman who then killed himself. Butte County Sheriff Corey Honey.
Those 2 students were transported to area hospitals. They are currently being treated.
Still no sign of the gunman who murdered the CEO of United Healthcare in New York City yesterday. But CBS News confirms officials say the words deny, defend, and depose were found on shell casings at the scene. CBS's Anna Schechter.
He is still at large. It's incredible that in this enormous city, 24 hours after an attack like that, we're still in the midst of a manhunt.
Bitcoins topped $103,000 today. CBS's Jill Schlesinger.
Since the results of the election, Bitcoin has surged more than 40%. Crypto investors believe that a Trump administration would have a lighter regulatory touch when it comes to crypto.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-783-8055. That's 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Monsi Bolaños.
An NFC North showdown for Thursday Night Football between the Lions and the Packers will kick off Week 14 of the NFL. Detroit will be without offensive tackle Taylor Decker, and Green Bay will be without cornerback Jair Alexander and wide receiver Romeo Doubs. In the NBA, the Timberwolves came out swinging and crushed the Clippers 108-80, while the Heat crushed the Lakers 134-93. Tyler Hero led the way with 31 points, including 9 3-pointers. The Hawks snapped the Bucks' 7-game winning streak, coming out on top 119-104. In college hoops, Creighton handed the number 1 team in the country, Kansas, their first loss of the season, coming out on top 76-63, while Mississippi State crushed number 18 Pittsburgh 90-57. Cooper Flagg had 22 points and 11 rebounds as number 9 Duke outscored number 2 Auburn 84-78.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. A blend of clouds and sun today with the daytime highs approaching 31. South winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, lows dip down to about 16. Sunshine expected tomorrow, daytime highs approaching 52. Upper 50s Saturday, mid 50s Sunday. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
9:03, 17 degrees outside under a cloudy sky now. And winds are not a factor so far, just a light and calm and variable, if I can get that word out. So it's pretty nice out there, really. 17 this time of year with no wind. Hey, we'll take it. We're not slipping and sliding around right now. So
Yeah, not scooping any snow yet.
Yeah, we haven't had to scoop a stitch.
Nope. Haven't even had to sweep anything off.
You know, I could... I do have a snowblower at my disposal, and
yeah,
I could come over and do a demo for you if it does snow.
Yeah, I bet. But there'd be a bill to follow, too.
Oh, that's all right, Brent. We'll work it out. Don't you worry about it, neighbor.
Good.
How does Peg, a.k.a. Mom, feel about the situation from the parade the other day? Does that bother her?
You know what? I feel bad. I haven't talked to Mom and Dad for a while. And I'm sure if Mom is listening, which she does a lot, she's probably shaking her head. No, you haven't, son. We're still waiting for you to call us.
Well, I wonder how Jim feels about it.
I don't know.
Well, if you hear from him, let me know, would you?
Okay, yeah, sure.
Thanks a lot.
I should talk to him tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Be the whiskey. Cody Jinks right here on The Breakfast Show. Matt from Subway is on his way to Subway right here in Broken Bow, Nebraska. So he's coming to check things out, make sure everything's working properly, make sure everything's running smoothly going into the Christmas season. So let's find out more from Matt. Matt, how you doing?
Not bad.
Good. Thanks for taking time. You're traveling this morning towards Broken Bow. What's up? Are you going to fix something, or are you going to just help out? What's the plan?
I'm actually there to make sandwiches.
All right.
So I want to challenge everybody at Broken Bow to come in and make it the busiest it's ever been.
I love that. I love that. Overwhelm Matt and the crew today, since he's helping.
Yes, I want overwhelmed. I want to see how fast I can still make sandwiches.
I got a feeling you're still pretty good at it, but I got to think there's so many new things popping up on the menu boards that that might be a challenge.
Yeah, that's going to be the hard thing is knowing what goes on what anymore. So they've changed a lot of stuff since I've done it, so I'll adjust.
You'll make it. You'll make it. So let's see here. Let's start with catering this morning, because that is what the season is going to bring, those party platters and all those good things that you can make for the listeners out there. I think it's important that we ask you this question. How much lead time do you need to make sure those party platters are ready?
The more we know, the sooner we know, the better. So that way we can have proper scheduling and ready for it. So, like, if you have a large order, you're feeding 100 people, the best bet is getting in as soon as possible.
Okay, very good.
And then if you stop into Subway today, I have on me some coupons for 25% off catering.
Whoa!
That I will be handing out for people that want them.
Okay, so here's the challenge. Overwhelm Matt today, because he's making sandwiches, and while you're there, pick up a 25% discount on those party platters.
Yep.
Wow. That sounds like fun either way. Love to overwhelm you, Matt.
I do better with chaos, so the busier it is, the more fun I'm having.
Okay. And one of the things now that's probably changed a little bit, and I'll kind of turn it over to Brent here in a minute because this is more in his area, but now you have people walking in, calling in, and using the app. So even though sometimes there might not be a long line there, you could still be overwhelmed.
Yeah. Online ordering is usually a good chaos tool.
I like that.
Because everybody puts their order in at about the same time.
So you can think of the app as a way to order a delicious Subway sandwich. You can also think of it as a chaos tool.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Some of us thrive on chaos, and you run restaurants. You have to be able to deal with chaos.
Yes, I'm sure you do. Very challenging business that you're in. But, Brent, his daughters taught him how to use the app. I think he now feels like he's quite adequate in using the app and enjoys doing that. What do you like about it, Brent?
I used it just the other night. Yeah. Sent in my order. What I like is you can save like your favorites, and then you can just, boom, go click on your favorite. It's ordered. 10 minutes later, you're walking in to get your sandwich. So,
nice.
It's very nice. One thing that I did note, by being an app user, I got entered into your Christmas Cookie Club. National Cookie Day was, 2-3 days ago? And I think there was a 2-day window. I think it's closed now, but there was a 2-day window where you could get registered to win a cookie during the month of December. And I think Subway's given out like 10,000 of these or something. I assume it's nationwide.
It's a lot.
But I got to be honest, Matt. I've yet to receive a notification that I've won a cookie. And I was
won a cookie?
I was just wondering if maybe you could pull some strings to make sure that they drew my name.
I doubt I can pull some strings on the app.
Oh, okay.
I have no control over that.
All right.
But what you can do is, if bosses wanted to praise all their employees today. They could order like 3 dozen cookies for the store and have it on a platter.
Listen to this guy.
Oh, man.
He is always the salesman, isn't he?
Yeah.
Is the soup still on? It's starting to get cold outside.
I thought it was short weather, but
yeah.
Soup is still on.
Okay.
It's always short weather for you, Matt.
If I wasn't doing like maintenance, I'd probably be in shorts and sandals.
Yeah. So anyway, the soup's on. What do you have? I think Subway is kind of known for their broccoli and cheese, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, broccoli and cheese, and I believe potato.
Okay. All right. So soup and a sandwich, that always tastes good as we go through the winter months. Let's see, other things that you want to talk about that we haven't asked you about, Matt? I mean, anything new on the horizon as far as the menu goes, or?
Nope, waiting for that notification to say when that Oreo cookie's coming out.
Oh, yeah.
But it's 2025, so we got a little while to wait. But
all right.
Yeah. I think it's really nice that they partnered with Oreo, so it should go over really well.
I would think so, yeah. Let's see, the help situation as we go through the remainder of the year into next year?
Yes, we are hiring. We're looking for day and night help. You want part-time, full-time, 1 or 2 days a week, we might have a spot for you. So if you want to come in today, I will be there till about 3, and I can do an interview and everything right then and there.
All right. Anything else you want to mention before we let you go for the day?
Enjoy this brisk 21-degree day, and come on into Subway and have a sandwich and a soup.
There you go.
All right. And overwhelm Matt. All right. Thank you, Matt. Good to talk to you.
Thank you.
All right. All right. There you go. It's 25% off catering if you stop in and talk to Matt, pick up one of those discount coupons, and, of course, overwhelm you at the same time. So that should be a good deal.
Yeah.
Music from Billy Strings for you here on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
and those will be for you tomorrow on KBBN. Also tomorrow on KCNI Radio, we'll be in Holdridge for the season opener for Broken Bow girls and boys basketball. Tip for the girls game is at 6. Boys game will follow, and those can be heard on KCNI Radio tomorrow. And then as we go through the weekend, we got a lot of Nebraska sports coverage planned for you. On Saturday, we'll feature Nebraska men's basketball as the Huskers will play their opening Big Ten conference game of the season as they're on the road to take on Michigan State. It'll be an early tip-off at 11 o'clock Saturday morning. We'll have it for you on KBBN 95.3 FM with coverage on the Huskers radio network beginning at 10 o'clock on Saturday morning. And then this week, actually tomorrow, the Nebraska volleyball team will begin play in the NCAA tournament. Now, if they win tomorrow, they will play in the second round on Saturday, and we will plan to broadcast that for you on KBBN 95.3 FM. As they'll play in the second round, we hope, on Saturday night. Match time would be 7 o'clock. Coverage on the network would be starting at 6 on Saturday evening. And then on Sunday, we'll feature Nebraska women's basketball as Nebraska will open the Big Ten season against, right now, I believe they're still undefeated, Minnesota. So that should be a great game. And we'll have that for you Sunday afternoon with coverage starting at 12:30 on KBBN 95.3 FM.
Thank you, Brent. Also want to remind you before we close the show that the Broken Bow Elks Winter Coat Drive continues. And you can drop off your scarves, coats, caps, gloves, socks, snow pants. Just make sure they're all good to wear and clean, and drop them by the Custer County Chief Office through the end of the year. They're made available then at the Community Connection on the square to be dispersed. So if you have some things you're not using that are clean and warm, drop them by the Custer County Chief. And don't forget about also the Christmas funds that are being raised for the kids for Christmas as well. That's underway. So lots of good things happening. Tomorrow, we'll be broadcasting live from Cozad as they're having a Christmas around town sort of celebration and big sale items we'll be learning about from the merchants there. I think 6 different locations will be heard from tomorrow. And congratulations to Callaway and Arnold for their Christmas around town. Pretty nice evening once the wind went down yesterday. I think they had good weather for those around town gatherings, and Christmas in full steam ahead in Custer County, and to our neighbors joining us. All right, Brent. I got to push some buttons here.
Okay.
So got to make sure we make the face people happy. So let me push this button. This one here says music break. things here I want to remind you of before we close. Wanted to remind you that the bell ringers will be out and about. They're underway, and you can drop off a little money when you see the bell ringing and the red bucket on a stand all over Custer County this time around. I think you've talked with the folks about that, Pastor Phil, and they've expanded their reach a little bit, doing things a little bit differently this year. So,
yeah, be watching for the kettles, and if you'd like to donate your time to ring the bells, there are flyers out where you can scan a QR code and get registered. So we encourage you to do that if you feel so led. But also around the county, be watching for the counter kettles is what they call them. They'll be set up at different businesses. So when you walk into a store, you might see one of the red kettles just setting on a counter. Feel free to donate to those as well. And remember, like 90% of what you donate to the kettles here in Custer County will stay in Custer County for Salvation Army projects within our county. So if you feel so led, we hope that you give this holiday season.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, I hate to close the show on a sour note.
Oh, boy. Okay.
This from the Broken Bow Chamber of Commerce.
Oh.
Maybe you should have participated more in the parade, Dave.
Oh. Wow. Can you take a snapshot of that? So when I put together my defense, I might pull that out as Exhibit A.
Well, you just go ahead, because I have Exhibit AA, which would be the actual Facebook video of the parade that I did. And so their Chamber of Commerce, that was my participation.
These signs that you keep talking about, did they did they at all say Dave Burney on them?
No.
Okay.
They did not. But I know where you're going with this, but I also have documentation of many breakfast shows where you indicated that you didn't want to be my neighbor anymore. And I have that documented. So now that is, if that come from Steph, I'm going to go have words with her after the show. That's enough of that business. And then also there's quite a lengthy note here from Estella Sanchez. I would maybe disregard this one. This might be one of those requests from Italy, it says.
Oh.
That she has a illness and needs money.
Oh, okay.
So you might disregard both of those, actually.
I don't know. I like the chamber post.
Stephanie and Tina are on my list today. I'll tell you that right now. Oh, man.
Have a great day, Dave.
Yeah, sure. Thanks. Merry Christmas.